So far in the Joomla SEO class, we've seen how to turn Joomla's default long URLs into URLs which are shorter, easier to remember, and easier to read. What we're going to explain in this part of the class is how those URLs are actually set up in your Joomla site. For example, the URL of the Getting Started page is getting-started. Why is that the URL? Could we change it to simply started or simply getting, or could we change it to something else entirely? The answer in Joomla's admin area is the alias feature. If you go into Joomla's admin area, you're going to see the alias available in quite a few places. For example, we have our Getting Started article, and right next to the title, you're going to see the alias Getting Started. The alias feature is going to appear in each of your articles. In fact, it's visible on the main article screen here. The alias will appear for categories, so you can see the alias is the same as the title of the category here, but you can change the alias for your categories too. And aliases also appear for menu links as well. So each of the menu links we have to different articles has the option to have an alias as well. There's the alias, again, right next to the title, this time for the menu. You may ask the question, if I have different aliases in different places, which one is Joomla going to use? The answer is nearly always going to be the menu. The menu link that goes to a page is going to be the most important one as far as Joomla is concerned. So, if I'm faced with the question of wanting to control the URL of my Getting Started article, the most likely place that I'm going to be able to change it is via this menu link here. If I go to Menus and Main Menu, I'm going to see my Getting Started article. I click on the menu link, and in here, if I remove -started, that is going to be the new URL when I click on this menu link. So if I go back to my homepage, the URL of the Getting Started page has changed as well. So the menu links are to a large extent in control of the URLs of your page. And this applies to the top menu links, and it also controls the sub-menu links as well. I have Article 1, Article 2 and Article 3 as drop-down menus. If I visit Article 1, you'll see that the URL of this page is controlled by the menu link. It's now simply getting. If I go back to my menus and main menu, and if I change the alias of Getting Started back to what it was originally, that is going to impact the other menu links underneath it too. So a 404, because the menu link has changed and so the alias has changed. Getting Started is now the top URL, and also the URLs of the drop-down links underneath have changed. And so the menu link is the most important thing driving the URLs in Joomla. If there is no menu link to a page, then Joomla will fall back on the content and the alias inside each article. So we've seen that the alias is responsible for the URLs in Joomla, and then the menu link is the most important of all the aliases. The aliases are available for the menus, the articles, and the article categories that have aliases, but most components will offer aliases too. If you use Joomla's contacts component, then all of the users or all of the contact forms that you set up in this component will have their own alias. If you add news feeds to your site, each of them will have their own alias. If you use tags to categorize your content, they will all have aliases for each tag. And if you add web links to the web links component, each of those will have their own alias. You can see an example with the tags on the default site that we have here. If I click on Joomla, you'll see that all of the articles which have the Joomla tag are now available at this particular URL using the Joomla alias.